Let me begin by saying this. I am not your master. If you approach me trying to force me into that role, if you project onto me the shape of a teacher, a guru, a sensei, a guide who will carry your burdens and answer your questions and give you a path you can follow without having to bleed for it, you are doing damage to yourself, to me. A master feels like a compass. I was lost once. I orbited a brilliant man who is going to change the world through his works. I projected onto him roles he didn't consent to, such as friend, teacher, trauma sponge. This went on for years. I hoped he would see something in me worth cultivating. I hoped he would give me the fire I hadn't yet learned to generate myself. He couldn't. He was never meant to. If you ask me to be your master, you will be asking me to be patient with your probes, your mixed messages, your boundary tests, your just curious questions that aren't really questions. And I will fail you because I am not built for that. My fire burns. And if you stand too close, you will learn quickly never to do that again. I need you to take what I am saying as seriously as anything you have taken in your life. I live in the fire every single day. The intensity that you might glimpse in me is not a gift I was given. It is a forge I was thrown into before I drew breath. My baseline is not peace. My baseline is a binary. Do or die. Build the bridge or be consumed by the fire. The costs I have already paid would make you turn away. I've been labeled, medicated, and gaslit by a system that saw my fire as a disorder. I've survived things that should have ended me. I've given up the hope of a gentle life, the hope of being chosen for myself. And the costs are not finished. They will keep mounting. They may yet cost me my life. If you knew everything I have been through and everything I will still go through, you would stay the hell away from me. Especially if you don't take things seriously. Because this path is not a game, it is war. I want to tell you something about myself. When I was a child, young enough to still believe that prayers could be answered, I prayed to be transformed, not to be better, not to find peace, not to be healed. I prayed to be a Mew, a Misprit, a Dragonite. These are not metaphors. I was a child, already reaching for a literal rewrite of my existence. I knew, even then, without the words for it, that the human form was not enough to contain what I was. I knew the cage was too small. And I asked the universe, with all the desperate faith of a child, to make me something else. I learned slowly over decades that no one is coming to save me. No one was coming to transform me. The transformation had to come from within. That child is still inside me. He is the reason I am building the bridge. If you come to me looking for a master, You are coming to that child who learned the hard way that the only master worth following is the one you forge yourself. So I ask you, why do you think you need a master? What makes you desperate for someone else to hold the compass? If your answer is shallow, if you're lonely or bored or chasing a sense of purpose you haven't earned, then you do not need a master. You need to sit with your own silence and learn what you are meant to do. You need to stop trying to borrow someone else's fire and start generating your own. If your answer is neediness, if you're looking for someone to validate you to fill a void that you cannot fill for yourself, then you do not need a master. A master cannot heal that wound. A master can only become a crutch, which is unfair for you and unfair for the master. If your answer is mixed messages, then you need to figure out what the hell you're asking for before you ask it. The actual reason to seek a master is if you need a specific skill they possess that you do not yet. The master-disciple relationship in its highest form is a transaction. You learn the skill, you pay the price, you leave. I am a pioneer who is building a bridge from the cage to the sky. If you want to walk that bridge, you must work and walk it with your own willingness to face the costs. I can extend a wing. I can offer a warning, but I will not hold your hand. I will not carry